Hey y'all, hey, hope all is well with you. I just want to come with a pattern review. It's actually something that I did on yesterday. So if you want to know how I made 5529 Butterick, stay tuned. Hey y'all, hey, hope all is well with you. I am Leslie. You can call me LesAnn. I will answer because it's still my name. Okay. All right, y'all. So much has been going on. But the one thing I have been able to do is do some sewing. Yay! So on yesterday, I actually completed this dress, which is self-drafted. It is a grown-on or drop shoulder sleeve kind of thing, with a band and a skirt. So it's a maxi dress. Excuse me. And I will tell you that when I got finished earlier yesterday, I was not as happy with it because I did try it on. I didn't show y'all that I tried it on. I had tried it on like during the process, and I was just not happy. It was like it was missing the it was not given. I was intending or thought about putting a elastic in the waistband area and opted not to do that. I know that I'm doing a review on something else, but I need to tell you this and why I got to where I got to. Okay. All right. So it just wasn't giving the oomph it needed. So I was just disappointed. It's not that the sew didn't look good. The fabric looks nice, but it was just not, it was not there. It was missing something. So I needed to do some fixing. I didn't put elastic in the band because I figured it would cinch in enough. Well, I didn't take in account that because I was working with minimal fabric, when I cut it, I cut the waistband, not on the stretchy part, because it stretches it's two directional stretch. So it didn't stretch in the opposite direction, and I wasn't paying attention. So when I originally cut it, because this came out of my web pile, that means that part of it didn't stretch. So if you make a waistband that's out of especially 4-way, and you actually drop the waistband down enough, it should cinch in for you and basically, in essence, replace your elastic. Well, I couldn't do that because I didn't cut it in the right direction. So, tip, make sure you know which grain or direction you're cutting your fabric so you don't end up in the situation I was in. So I had to kind of think fast. I opted to do some belt loops. And I will throw up a picture of me in the dress. And you can see the belt loops. They kind of stick out. So the one thing I will have to do with this is actually take them and like shorten them. Because I was doing this on let me get this done kind of situation because I wanted to wear it today. Did I know I was going to definitely wear it today? No. But I knew I liked the dress. I knew I already liked the fabric. It just wasn't coming together. Then the other part that I had ran into with the dress was the pocket situation. I did not interface the pocket seam on the side going into the actual side seam. I had interfaced where, because these are rounded pocket, I had interfaced on the rounded portions of the pocket, but I didn't take into account that stress is going to happen, and so it was pulling. So I ended up putting some tricot there. Well, after I got all that done, then it was like, okay, what am I going to wear with it in order to wear it? I went searching in my closet. Thank God for a surplus of fabrics. Is it always good? No. Am I still cleaning out and planning to purge fabrics? Yes, I am. But I hadn't purged it. I hadn't purged all of it yet. I had just started going through the fabrics. I just knew I wasn't going to touch. So I pulled out this, and I can't tell you the actual fabric makeup, but it's sort of similar or feels like a gabardine, but also it has a I'm sure it's polyester or some blend. I can tell you that. But when I felt it, I liked the fact that it almost looked like a corduroy. Like the pins are very, it's almost embossed or whatever, but it kind of feels like a corduroy. It kind of feels like a corduroy, and it could be. I just don't know. But it was just happened to be rolled up. I only had just over 2.5 because there's a decent amount left that I could probably do something small. I just had to kind of play Tetris in order to do it. Something like a, not necessarily a corset, but something to kind of do the cinching. No, I could probably, it's probably enough there. I can make a corset that gives you the fit look underneath, or one that's a vest that comes around your bust area like here and do the cinching look. I'm almost sure I have enough to at least do that, which would be actually kind of cute. It would probably be even cute with this, but I may have to think about that because that would be a good way to not waste the fabric. Anyway, so of course I went in here and I pulled out 5529, which is a butterick pattern. I will actually put up a better picture to the side so that you can really see the pattern. This was copywritten or came out in 2010. I've probably made this. I know I've made the short sleeve version as well as one long sleeve. I don't have them anymore. I just happen to, know that I had them. I've done them. And those are only two I actually done. I don't think I've done the other styles. Maybe C. But after making it, it did take me a minute. Is the make perfect? No, it's not perfect. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. There's some things, it's the fabric. If I was a little bit more not rushing to get it done, there's a few things I would definitely change. So with this, you end up with, now my stitching ain't great on this. I was trying to do this late at night so that I have it. So you're supposed to make sure your seam is straight. You can see the seam is not straight. You're supposed to do some top stitching. I opted not to do the top stitching because of timing, not because I really want. Top stitch, there is supposed to be 3 rows, but it ended up feeling like, for some reason, that it, because this is such a drapey, excuse me, the original or the fabric suggested for this, hold on a second. All right, the fabric suggested for this garment is, and this is for A, B, C, D, and it's 5 different designs. You can do crepe, a sheer fabric, jersey, a lightweight velvet, or jacquard. Those are the ones they suggest for this. And I ended up, like I said, this is really, now this part is on the bias anyway, and that's to help to drape around the body, but maybe I needed to do a size down. I did end up doing the extra large. I probably could have got away with the large because it actually fits pretty big to me. Move y'all back a little bit. It fits, it fits nice, but it just fits a little bigger than I think I needed to be. So I could have did a little bit smaller. But in some ways, I'm glad it's actually bigger because of the room I have to be able to make. It's easier to work from something that's bigger than trying to work with something smaller. So the only part that I feel like is just a little too much, maybe it's more so the fabric that I used. I probably could have used, I think if I used crepe or jacquard, it would have gave more the stability my head was thinking for. This is a very drapey. If you can tell, it's very drapey. So that's why, and because I don't know exactly the actual makeup of this fabric is the reason why I'm not saying I don't like it. Because I do. I do like it. I do like the fact that I have, because I need something black. You always need something to be able to throw on your arms anyway, but I want something a little bit more stylish. This is, to me, very casual. Now, it does seem very full. Like, in some ways, if I had did this before or took more time, the one thing I would have changed or planned to change if I felt like going in and taking it apart, which Leslie does not, what I would do is I actually would shorten the width of this. I feel like this width is too much for this particular one. Like, I would take out, I say 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches out of this piece. Just this piece alone. I wouldn't worry about like the sleeve part across and everything. I would probably leave it as such, but I would take out 3 inches of width, and then I would definitely probably go down to the large instead of doing the extra large. And it would have probably worked out better for this particular flower. Now, I do have a couple other fabrics, and I think I'm going to do it one more time, or probably a couple more times, because I know that I'm always cold. So I would definitely make this again in order to especially have something for church. Sometimes I don't like stuff to like hang down. This, because of the fact of me being so full on the hips area, because it actually is meant to stay up and out of the way. It doesn't, and then also too, it still shows my shape. It doesn't make me feel bulky on the sides like a lot of jackets or something ends up stopping like right at your waistline, or it has to go below, and it just straights down and it takes away from a curvaceous shape that I have. So in essence, I still like this one. Now, we will see if I make another one. I know that I have right now some organza. And I know people like, really? I work with pretty much, I don't think there's a fabric I've not worked with. I've pretty much worked with boatloads of fabrics. So I'm not scared of there's no fabric that I've been scared of. No, I haven't been scared of. So I'm thinking, because I want to kind of get my wardrobe updated and changed now that I have this dress and this cover up or jacket, if you want to call it, I want to make a couple more. I do have a organza that's actually black. My goal is maybe I will do it today or tomorrow and go ahead and make it up. I will probably make like a skirt, a nice cute little maxi skirt or something to kind of go with it, layered. I don't know. I may not do a skirt at all. Who knows? Or I will do a chiffon that I have in there. Chiffon may work. That may work. And maybe make a whole dress. Especially if I do something in solid. That would look really cute too. But I need a couple more solids of these. Solids tend to go with pretty much anything. And if not, maybe I'll go ahead and try my hand at doing a Ankara, which is cotton. It says, I know people like, oh, you can't use a different fabric. You can. I do it all the time. You just got to be ready for when it doesn't always work exactly like you expect, and either know how to fix it or go with it. I am one of them people, I'm going to either fix it if it doesn't constitute to me taking out stitches, or I'm going to figure out how I can make it work. Because Leslie ain't going to waste no fabric. If she can avoid it, she's going to avoid it. She's not going to create additional work for herself, especially when it's for her. So I can say that I am pleased. So we are at basically our couple week mark from the end of the year. And looking at what has been transpiring and looking at what I've noticed on social media, YouTube and everything, I'm unsure if I'll do this. Well, I'm only going to be able to do a partial. I can tell you that right now. I do a account of some of the things that maybe I never posted or said that I made, and maybe do a somewhat a video a compilation of some of the things that I have done this year, because I do stuff for my family, I do stuff for friends, I do stuff for different people. And because I do, I'm not going to have like a surplus of this stuff here in my house. So I want you to weigh in and let me know what you think. Should I do a compilation and maybe a short summary? It won't be long. I plan to do it, 30 minutes or less. A compilation of some things. Maybe me modeling them, if I still have them, if something I made. Now, granted, y'all may see some stuff that I just made because I'm happy with it. Or you may see stuff that I ain't never made before, or I would have made this month. I am I'd say avid sewer. I love to create. I love to sew. And anytime I can get behind my machine and create something, whether it's for me or family or friends, I'm happy to do it. So y'all let me know in the comments what you want me to do. Would y'all like a review of some of the things I've done this year? Because it will not be all of them. And I guarantee you, I couldn't tell you how many pieces or how many things I've done. I can't. I won't be able to. So that number, you will probably never know. I don't want to know. Because if I see that number, I'm going to be like, really, Leslie? And still haven't gotten through all this fabric? I'm laughing at myself. But anyway. So, I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of y'all. And most of all, I thank you to all the new subscribers. When I started, I wouldn't put out on a regular basis, and I got squeamish about talking about what I do because I was, for the longest in my head, I thought it was considered boasting. And this year, I really wanted to put out there because I have been sewing more than half my life. More. So I'm much older and I can do what I do. I need to thank, as they say, thank God for each year that I'm able to do the thing that I love, regardless if I'm making money or doing it for myself. Because it's just, this is for me, I don't know how to say, the air I breathe. I don't know. Besides my husband, it's the air I breathe. The ability to see a flat piece of fabric shape into something that I can wear. My grandkids, my sons, my daughter, my grandbabies, that my husband, my friends, my family, my church members, and just people who come to me and say, I want to use your brain to create my vision. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And if you didn't know, I have not been trained by anybody other than my auntie teaching me when I was about 4 or 5 years old to start to sew. That's it. I didn't go to school for this. Nobody taught me this. I got some home ec. But by the time I was in home ec, I already knew what I was doing. I wasn't the girl that did the apron that everybody did. I wasn't that girl because I didn't like it. I was like, okay, can I do something else? I vividly remembering that when it came time for us to do the skirt, because I know I fussed about the apron, but I did the apron. But when it came time to doing the skirt, everybody had to do a straight skirt. Well, by then I had already been making skirts in home economics. Yeah, that shows how old I am. Okay. And I vividly remember, and I looked at that teacher, can I please do something else? I already know how to do that. And she just looked at me. She's like, okay. I did a kick split skirt, a kick split skirt, kick split skirt. And that was the cutest burgundy skirt ever. I love that skirt, but I made it. So since then, that's how I feel. I made it. I don't have to look like everybody else. I don't have to have the same clothes. I don't have to have the same fabric. I can be unique. And that's the creativity that I love. The being different. And granted, I may be setting my grandkids up, because that's one thing they will say. It's like, Nana can make it better. That is a joy. That is a joy. So, anyway, I done talk longer than I'm supposed to. This was supposed to be a review. Y'all got a side note, a squirrel moment. It happens. Just know that I'm not always to the script. I don't stick to a plan. I switch a plan up. I hardly ever have notes. So you may go on a trip with me. Just be ready for the trip. If you don't like trips, I'm probably not for you, because I will take you on a trip. The trip may be that moment in time when I'm thinking about one thing to all the way another thing. It is what it is. That's me. That's who I am. But anyway, I am going to get off here. Oh, I will say again, I like this top. I like this cover up. Will I make it again? Yes, I will. I don't know if anybody else put it on social media, because it is from 2010, and it's okay. But I did it. I did it for me. And I like it. And I will make me another one. You may see it this week. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and I will see you all later. Y'all have a blessed. Catch you later. Leslie. Deuces.